But yeah, looking at the PulseChain ecosystem here. So we have had some movement back down, and we have seen and this is going to be an interesting topic we talk about here, but the sacrifice rate for Pulse be defended pretty damn well lately. So, we have seen a pullback here, but we got Pulse at, again, above sac rate. So 30 is 1164. Pulse X is sitting at about 52.5% below sac rate. Incentive just dipped below $7, but it's been kind of charging back the last couple of days at 690. Hex at 1.169 cents, and the EHEX, if I'm allowed to say it, is at still about a quarter a penny, 2.3. So that's kind of where we are overall. But even though the prices have been down over the last week, I think there is some bullish things to look out for. I don't know if you wanted to pull up the Pulse chart, Ewok, but we did see over the weekend, I believe, a wallet somewhat associated with one of the sacrifice wallets did put a healthy six-figure buy-in on Pulse right around, it's funny, we were talking before the show, you and I were hanging out IRL on Saturday night, and we saw a bit of a dip, nothing crazy, but it went below that 11 number for the Pulse price, and it was like, oh, okay, look, it looks like we're pulling back even more, and then we saw a pretty healthy collection of buys the following day on Sunday. So there seems to be some whales, some interested parties, perhaps, that are interested in defending that PulseChain SAC price and to show that, like, hey, this is the line in the sand. Looks like that on the chart as well. I mean, it really has looked like that's the area that we could come down and touch again before taking off. But we got the chart up now. Yeah, what do you make of that? And what do you make of some of these bigger buys on Pulse around that SAC region anyway? The SAC region.
The SAC region.
Well, should I call it the scrotum region?
Yeah, you could.
Right.
I had just realized, that this little stair step thing that we kept making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. We finally broke that, tested it.
Yeah.
But like you said, we did get some support right before that. Right before it crossed over. Obviously, we had a little bit of play. But it did get pretty close and got defended well. I was saying to you earlier, I think that I still think there's traders that are playing the game that are relying on pumps and, they'll sell off and they'll wait till it falls back down and buy back in. So we're going to need some people to step up and front run some of this and get ahead of it so that the traders actually have to buy back at a higher level. And I think that's what's going to take. It's going to take a little chain reaction of events when the time is right. Again, usually the traders are the ones losing money. There's only a few that end up making out okay. And until they get kind of caught with their pants down, that's when things really decide to take off, because then everybody's playing they got to catch up. So, yeah, I mean, we broke the trend of the higher low, the higher low, the higher low, broke that, came back down, retested this previous one over here, which was back in January 22nd, it looks like, and it held. So that is a good sign that, maybe this is a bottom, and these things go in waves too, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you start over and it does pull back. So we'll get the 1, 2, so hopefully it's just a trend that continues. Shake some more people out. I don't think enough people are out yet because obviously the Pulse X price is still sitting at about half the SAC level. So I think until both tokens get above SAC rate, kind of organically, without a whole lot of buy pressure, things will happen. We just got to get a little more belief in what's going on here. And it is going to take time, especially, with all the craziness. Like our poll question tonight was the meme coins, with everything that's out there right now. It's hard. So you do have to still build a bigger community to expand the growth of the network, especially when there's so many new things coming out every other day. You've got new coins and people are trying to jump in and out of it. And unfortunately, not everybody's going to be a winner. So,
yeah,
it does take time to organically grow the community in size to support that. And yeah, I mean, it's just that's all it is. It's a matter of time.
Let me ask you this: do you think Pulse goes below sacrifice rate ever again?
Ever again?
Ever, ever again? Yeah, I'll say ever again.
I think it could. I think it could.
What kind of an answer? I need a concrete yes or no
Well,
reason.
that's a pretty much a yes. I think it could very well go under. I don't
Okay.
think too far. I don't see it going. Um, maybe down to 408
You
area.
talking like right now, like in this region right now, or you're talking like
We could get a
bull
dip.
after the bull runs over? Okay, all right.
No, we
I
could get a
just
dip before we really take off.
okay.
I think especially if Bitcoin decides to take a big drop. I know and realize that a lot of these are not correlated, um, but sentiment is, unfortunately, and if you see Bitcoin get down into the mid to low 50s, I think we could venture down into this 8.5 area, down into these support levels around here before we take back off. I mean, it's not going to go far. Like, I don't think we'll ever see half a zero point 0.5 sack rate ever again. I think that's
Oh yeah, right.
that's pushing it.
That's not what I asked though. I asked sack rate. So I see what you're doing. You're moving the goalpost a little bit to try to make yourself, look a little bit
No,
better here. But
no. I'm trying to
um,
answer your question fully and
okay,
educationally.
all right,
Yeah, I like I said, I can see it pulling back again before, but I do think that it will be defended by a lot more people than just major players at this point.
okay.
My
I
thoughts.
don't think we're going to go below it again. So we'll shake on that and see who ends up being right. I think
All
we're
right.
going to see it defended here. I don't think we're going to head below it ever again. So we will see. We're dangerously close. We got really close on Saturday. So we'll see and continue to monitor that. But will be interesting indeed.